It was going, guys. Coming here. First of all, this is gonna be a long and boring talking video. And before you leave, I just want to thank all of you for your kind words in the commentaries below. Time to leave video, and actually, you let me realize something I kind of did think up, was kind of aware of somewhere deep inside, but when I started reading all those kind of words you wrote me, this was really kind of pleasing experience. So thank you for that. Thanks for your support. Yeah. So some of you have donated my Patreon, which is also doesn't change anything, but that's pleasant definitely. So yeah. In this video, I'd like to talk about my recent experience and my recent experience of rejecting a job that is way more have way more potential as opposed to what I do here on YouTube, but results in the loss of freedom. And for me personally, the loss of this internal sense of freedom is actually equal to dying, because the life would no longer make any sense after. So that's actually what I wanted to share with you, and just to avoid keeping any tension during the video, I just say in the very beginning so you can safely turn it off and go and do something useful. So you actually gave me the reason to stay here on YouTube, and you helped me to realize that there is no other way for me to proceed. Only the way how I was doing things so far is the only way for me to proceed in future, and the fact that it doesn't result in desirable income, that's not that's yeah that's true. But I realized that changing something, like many of you was telling me to make shorter videos. What else? Like covering more trending topics, etc. But again, like in that case, that would no longer be a cool monkey king, and in that case, it would be just yet another average content with a bad sound quality, not the best ever video footage, and so on. So it would lost that only didactic, I don't know, part of it that you seem to like actually, which is flattering and pleasing at the same time. So I I don't have any choice basically, or well, we'll talk about the choice a little bit later. But for now, like a bit of a spoiler, so I have no choice but just to keep doing what I do, because otherwise that would be much worse, just as opposed to how it is now. It's hard to imagine something worse, but yeah, that's definitely always might be even worse than it's now, so it's okay. Um, so what else? I just want to provide you a concrete example here that I am encountering. This example is very good because I'm encountering this sort of situation within the entire life basically, and I'm sorry, I'm still sick. So yeah, I would be coughing from time to time, and there my wife is coughing in the background as well. So I'm sorry for that. Um, so all my life, I'm encountering exactly the same scenario. So having an opportunity to, I don't want to say sell your soul, but I would rather call it sell your freedom, basically. Uh, but anyway, selling something that when you sell it, you will no longer have any sense to leave after, basically. So that's not that dramatic as it sounds, if it sounds dramatic to somebody at any point. And I just want to go into the particular example that I just had just a couple of days, like not even a couple of days ago, it just happens now basically. Um, so right after the time to leave video, I made a video on Titan's Battalion, which is a project been I was thinking I would be able to work on. And before anything else, I want to say that the project itself is fantastic. But the maintainer, Roland Friggin, is an awesome guy, and talking to him was really nice experience to me, and I'm glad this happened. So I would never ever say anything bad about the maintainer or the project. Both are perfect. They just absolutely fantastic, and I really believe that. I really think so. But there are some core things that does not fit into my needs, and it seems like that uh, if it's about the money, then it would definitely fit. But unfortunately, or hopefully, or luckily, apart from the money part, probably even more important part is I know. Usually people call it staying motivated. Um, Actually, I never liked the term motivation, but since the stands that people mostly put into this term are really kind of fit this current particular thing I'm trying to talk about here, I think that this term, like being motivated, can still be used here. So I think that's just okay to use that term. So the problem is that so I spent a couple of days diving diving into the project to learn better like how it operates, what is it all about, like from within basically. And to say the least, I was really impressed by the fantastic amount of work that has been done by those volunteers. I believe that's the proper word, who is currently maintaining the idea and breathing life into it. And I really hope the guys would eventually be able to make it a real business that would generate some income, and actually, not apart from that, would make sense. What they try to do is a sort of a kind of big revolution in the world of chess. That's a little bit too ambitious to my opinion, in my opinion. But who knows? They are young, and they have an idea, and I wish them all the best, and I really hope they would be able to actually succeed with that sort of thing. But let's talk about why eventually I rejected. So Roland Friggin, the maintainer, the main brain, let's say, of the project, he said a very interesting thing, which mostly truth. So he said that it's hard to, maybe it's not the 100% exact quotation, but the idea is, he said something like it's hard to imagine a person better skilled than you are. He was talking about me in terms of being a best fit for this project. The particular job, let's say, that I was about to consider was to provide a flexible mode generator that would be supporting all those chess variants bundled into the one engine basically, and then doing some job on balancing different armies in terms of mostly in terms of evaluation, obviously. So technically, this task is absolutely okay. And when we were talking about this initially, I really felt like that is something that I definitely can do. And I still think I still pretty sure that I can actually do that. It's not a big deal really. And then you might be wondering, if someone is happy to get you in, if someone is happy to pay you much more as opposed to what you can get on YouTube, then why the heck to reject? And this is the core topic of this entire video, basically, and that's why I call it freedom. Freedom is about all, basically. Because every project, every team has its own workflow, and don't even need to call it workflow, just a flow, let's say. So it has sorry, it has its own flow, and this kind of flow, it assumes, like, in order to work, in order to succeed, in order to be the part of the team, you actually need to follow that flow. And the reason, and what does it mean to follow that flow? That means that you need to let that flow insight into your own heart, basically. Well, otherwise you can just do your job, get your money, and get lost after, when it turns out that something is like not working, so we can't collaborate anymore. But that doesn't make sense, because that means like fooling another person, and I have no right to do that, because those guys didn't do anything bad to me. Even if they did, I have no rights to fool them. And if I know for sure that I can do some initial steps, but later on this would result into separation, really, then I don't feel like I have a right to actually get paid for that, even if I get the jobs done. But because when it comes technical, and that's one of the major reasons, when it becomes technical, and if you're the only developer who are actually doing that, you would definitely be projecting your internal vision of how to code, how to live, basically, onto the project. And the problem is that my vision is totally different from Roland's vision. Roland is author of the project. And how it's different, let me explain how it's different. So when I do something, I try to make it as simple, as minimalist, as didactic as possible, and try and simplify things overall. And generally, I'm trying to make something that kind of standalone thing, that stands out, but doesn't stand out because it's somewhat special, but because it doesn't need to rely on the whole lot of the outer world. I'm not sure if the explanation was good enough to understand or not. I'm sorry for that. I just can't express it better here. And what Roland kind of sees in regards to his project, and what I really love, because the way how he approaches to the project, I believe, is the only possible way how that project can ever succeed. Because if he would go any other direction but the one he's approaching now, that wouldn't be even where it is now, basically. So I think that the approach that he considers is absolutely essential. But yeah, here is the problem. It's just like I've been discussing the neural networks. So it's hard to imagine something less didactic than neural networks, right? So like doing didactic neural networks tutorials is next to impossible, because on the one hand you have didactic, on the other hand you have neural networks. This is somewhat really similar. And what the project is all about, I just don't want to go into those details, but you can trust me, you cannot. That doesn't matter really in this regards. So the project relies on, like, not the minimal stuff, but the like maximizing every single part it relies on needs to get maximized in order to succeed. So that's something completely opposite in every single thing I can ever imagine. It's really opposite, and it's not bad at any point. And again, like I've been mentioning, it's really good for the project, and for the project, it's probably the only way to survive, and not only to survive but to succeed as well. But for me, this means, so if I would be doing something there, in that case, I would be bringing that minimalism in. And eventually, I can already foresee that this minimalism that I can bring potentially would sooner or later result in a big conflict between the project's general overall direction and those limitations I have as a developer, as a person, as a human being with this opinion of how this should operate, basically. And I tried to explain that to Roland, and hopefully, I'm not sure if he read the latest email. Uh, Hopefully he did. And he said he was disappointed, but at the same time, he said he does understand the reason why I reject, and that makes me respect him even more, basically. So yeah, Roland, if you're watching this video, man, big respect to you. So yeah, sorry. In this example, it's just this one was very peaceful, basically. And another quite important thing that also like one of those I mentioned in one of the emails I sent to Roland. One of the things I said that if I didn't have this financial troubles I'm currently in, I wouldn't even think about contributing to the project because my intuition is sensible enough to realize that that's kind of bad idea to participate there because I've seen that originally that it doesn't kind of good fit for me. I saw that instantly. But you know, like when you have these issues with these troubles, like financial ones, you're really getting tempted by the opportunity to try to make much more money than you can do on YouTube quite fast and doing something that you're expert in. But unfortunately, that sort of action, if it's taken, it would result in fooling other people. It can be justified externally, but internally, I can't fool someone else, but I can't fool my own self. And I know that I wouldn't be feeling like I fooled other people intentionally, and I would no longer feel myself as a person who deserves to live here after that. So that's out of question. That's like selling your soul is not something fantastic. It's quite simple thing you can consider when you just consider to fool someone else. So that's definitely doesn't worth anything. And one of the phrases I've written in one of the emails that I would rather be sitting here at my place freezing and without a single dollar than I would make those actions that would actually violate other people. And that would harm not only other people, that would harm me even more, because in that case you can get that bit of a cash, but you just destroy everything good people kind of like you, respect you for. You can ruin that in one single step, basically. And this situation actually helped me to realize the simple truth one more time, and really grateful to life for this opportunity to kind of realize this one more time. And I need to say that, well, I'm not sure how this goes for other people, but for me personally, it's not the matter of the single test, or the single life test, let's say. So for me, in my life, these kind of things are happening all the time. So for instance, like when I've been doing a whole lot of web scrapers for one of my clients in the past, like last year basically, the problems arising were related to the scrapers were not stable because of the anti-scraping measures, and they were getting broken all the time. And those money I was asking for those web scrapers didn't actually this, even though I did the job that was worth that money, it didn't make sense to the client because it just worked for a week and then it's broken, and then he needs either to drop this or pay more with no guarantees. And that's not because I'm bad or he or whatever. That's just because the data becomes money nowadays, and you really need to pay for data, and the web scraping was literally stealing of that data. And one of the major reasons why I actually dropped that that collaboration that actually allowed me to earn incomparably more to what I have now, or to what I haven't now, better to say probably. Uh, but anyway, I decided to drop that because a good relationship and kind of remaining an honest human being was way more important for me, and it is now. And quite a fun thing that after a year, that client came back to me, and we did a couple of projects recently as well that helped me to buy some medicine while I'm sick. So yeah, probably without his help, this wasn't really that great. It still doesn't, but anyway, without those couple of projects, yeah, it would have been much harder now for me. But it's really cool that while keeping honest, it's really you win much more. Yes, I don't have any dollar. I'm freezing. Hopefully spring's coming soon, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit warmer. You don't see that I'm just like it's warm. That's that's not true. Just sitting in a coat in front of a camera doesn't look that great. And I'm not here to to produce what you kind of wish to to give me a piece of bread or something. It's not about that really. My kind of choice is intentional, and it's not about blaming or somebody or complaining to how you live or how you live or something. So just to end up this video somehow, I want to share one of the last thoughts that I can formulate. I did manage to formulate a few days ago, basically. So usually we think that the fate is on the one hand, while freedom is on the other. So in case if we have a fate and a predetermined life, let's say, and the things that are happening within that life, this is usually treated as not being free. And on the contrary, if there is no fate and if there is no any predetermined things, in that case, it might turn out like it is actually a freedom. But I came up within my entire life. I've came up with a completely different statement, and this might sound a little bit strange or weird. So I just tell it to you, and you guys are to decide how to deal with that if you want. You don't have to basically. So the statement. Sorry. Sorry. So the statement is the following: the only way to be free in this world is only if you have the predetermined fate. And this might sound like a nonsense, but let me explain this a little bit. So by saying a predetermined fate within the life, I mean that whatever human being has a set of features that he comes into this world with, and he can either multiply those features to make him better and to express what he literally is. All good he has, he can express that to the outer world and complete his mission, let's say. Or on the other hand, he may start complaining like, I don't have this, I don't have that, and so on, and die trying, but this life doesn't make any sense after. So I believe that the matter of freedom is the matter of taking this predetermined fate you have and try to see what benefits it can bring to the world. And since you have no other choice but maintaining that dedication in your life, basically, since you don't have any other options, the only thing you can do, you can intentionally take that dedication, being grateful at the same time, and trying to do the best you can, basically. And that is something that I didn't understand deeply in my heart. I didn't feel that deeply in my heart. But when I read through your commentaries, especially thanks to those guys who has been sharing my videos among their students, that was that was very flattering. Thank you guys. So I never meant my videos to be motivating kids. And in the section, are your videos made for kids or not? I always say, no, it's not made for kids. But it's even more fun to see that teachers actually showing my videos to the kids, to their students. It's really it's flattering. Thank you, guys. I don't think it makes sense, but if you think on the contrary, then you're welcome, and I'm happy to help. Even if, yeah, if this helps this way, then I'm really happy. So no matter I don't have money, no matter I feel really bad at the moment in terms of my health, I'm sorry, but I still feel free, and I feel happy at some point because you guys helped me to realize my dedication a bit more explicitly, and hopefully, yeah, maybe I will be making videos a little bit shorter, not starting from this one, by the way, so maybe starting from the next videos, but generally, the reason why you like these videos goes beyond the scope, goes beyond the chess programming. It's just a matter of expressing some internal features I have deep inside. And it's not about talking about these features like I do now. It's about just doing whatever professionally or even like as a hobbyist, and it just gets expressed and it just gets reflected in someone in within someone's heart, and that's already good enough. That already gives a sort of feeling within inside after watching the certain video. So apart from having some technical insights you might just want to leave after watching that video, that's really cool. So I really hope that I will recover one day. Well, hopefully, yeah, when the spring comes it gets a bit warmer, and yeah, hopefully I would be feeling better at that time. And if Russia's not gonna conquer us until then great. If they does, we probably won't have internet in that case. So yeah, that would be hard to continue. But I can say that all that depends on me in terms of taking time and effort actually uh, to actually keep maintaining this chess programming channel. I will try my best, and I'm going to keep maintaining it, no matter no one actually pays for that. So this is from my side. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, and take care.